This is Reise Muller that I bought almost a year and a half ago. I have 5,000 kilometers with them. I got a good price because it was a test bike. It's actually a tank, and it's a German tank, and it's hauling the Burley Travoy, which I've used many times. And I have here a jerry can with 21 liters of gas oil, as they call it in Europe, is diesel. And it's amazing. I just came from over there. Half of the way was on the road, but the other half was off-road. Things like that, not too much, but a lot of stones and a lot of gravel. No problem at all. The only cons that I have, this bike is perfect. The only cons is this little plastic here fell off, and the Travoy has a problem when you are not on an even terrain, in bumps, or when you go from the road to the sidewalk, it will tilt. So once it tilted and it broke this thing, there was a screw here. You can see the same screw. You can see the same screw right here. Right here. Here it's still in place, and here it's broken. It broke off. So I took a piece of metal, and I, on the spot, took it off one of these rubber bands that I had. I had one that had 3 of them. One rubber band with three holders, 3 metal holders. So I took the third one, and I took it off, and I twisted it. And so it's the same size, and it's been so. I think it happened on the first month, and since then I'm riding like this. Put a zip tie here, just to keep it in place, because otherwise it moves, and it's still strong. The second problem with this, that will be the third problem. This is the second problem. The plastic is the first. So the third problem is, which they don't tell you, and if I knew, I would right there would have bought the rack. This rack can only carry 5 kilos on each side. That's it. If you have more than 5 kilos, there is a screw here, and this screw, the weight will bring the whole fender lower, and it will hit the rubber, and that could be a problem. It happened to me many times, because usually I ride with more than 5 kilos, so that's a problem. And the back rack from Reise Muller that fits this bike is 200 euros. 200 euros for a rack. I bought another one, for 29 euros. It broke on the way from my friend's house to my house. Like after, I think I rode maybe 10 kilometers, and there was nothing there. There was nothing on the. Okay, this is like maybe 2 kilos, and it broke off. But I made a decision to buy it from Amazon, so they give you the money back. It was 27 euros or something like that. That's a piece of shit. Pardon my French. When you're using the Travoy, as you can see, this is the new version. So it's like quick disconnect. I always do my best to put it high, so it won't. After the experience that I had, it was lower than it hit it. When now on the way, the Travoy toppled twice. It will if it's not even, if the road is not even, and the problem is on the road more than the off-road. If the road is not even, and you have these bumps and things like that, and if you don't go in the center, or where the bump will be even, it will fall. It will tip over. Luckily never broke. The only thing that's, you know, the only con for the Travoy is these two. They were plastic, yellow plastic covers. They fell off. One of them I recovered, but it fell. I put it back and it fell off again. What else? The lock that came with the bike is useless. That's why I went and bought the kryptonite, and I have another one for the front wheel. So I tied them both together. I used the kryptonite to tie to a post, and then I tied the second one, which is not here, is much longer, to the wheel, and all the way to the back. And I put this one through the other lock, so it's more secure. And this is with the roll-off. You have the roll-off over here. You have I have only minimum tiles, maps. This one you have to, and the speed. I don't need anything else. You have the Enviolo here, and it's amazing. The New Vinci is amazing. You can see that this bike has 5,000 kilometers. I fell with this bike once, and this what happened. And it was my fault. I cannot blame the bicycle, because on a road like this, sometimes there is in the middle of the forest, and I'm using these tires, and I've been in the middle of the forest in really off-road, serious places. This it just goes everywhere, and all you have to do is change the Enviolo to the lowest gear, and you just keep going on. But once I was just going on the straight off-road path like this, and in the middle there was a lot of grass, and I thought that it would be the same plane, but the grass was much higher. I was on the left, and I crossed from the left to the right, and it was much higher. No bicycle could take that, so it just fell off. There's a guy coming in with a motorcycle. Having fun. I'm in the middle of some horses over there. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know what kind of plant. They did this. The farmer did this patch of land a week ago. I don't know exactly what they are planting here, what they planted here, but it's growing. I have no idea. Although I grew up in a farm, but I have no idea what kind of plant is this. And they had a lot, they had a lot of damages to their crops. For example, the sunflowers. All the sunflowers that they planted died. All the corn died all over the area. I'm in France, about 50 kilometers from Paris. So probably you don't care about that. What else? Okay, so the bike has two batteries. There's a battery right here. This is the biggest one. It's 650 watts. This one is 550. Both of the batteries are 11 kilos. So together with the bicycle, it's 29 kilos. It's very heavy. And it's very, very expensive. It's like half the money. Oh yes, of course, there's this belt, this amazing belt. That they say this belt supposed to go, what did I say? 20,000 kilometers. So I asked, when he told me that, I said, you mean 2,000? He said, no, 20,000. I said, what are you talking about? He said, no, it's 20,000 kilometers. And I read that on YouTube that it could be that it's much more. So I'm not going to fold the Travoy now, but I'm using the whole length, and it's just folding to small, so small, and you put it in the bag, and you put it in the back of your car or in the room or whatever in the storage you have that you don't see it anymore. Going back to the bicycle, If I would have, I paid, I sold my motorcycle. I had a 300 cc sim from Taiwan, and I used half of the money to buy this one. I'm not regretting it. And there was no other option, and it was the only, I looked for 6 months, the only bicycle, electric bike that had 2 batteries. So I can go more than 100 kilometers a day, easy, and I've done that. And it is possible. Well, the problem is with the weight. So either you buy the 200 euro back rack, or you use this one. Here you can take 29 kilos, which I've done. And this is like 21 liters, easy. So you have all the options that you want. But I have seen here, not very far from here, a guy who is riding Specialized with 1 battery, and he can do 100 kilometers, and his bicycle is only 19 kilos and much cheaper, but it doesn't have the roll-off. It has a regular gear system. But a difference of 10 kilos, that's a lot. Again, this tank, I'm really happy because, okay, I see I'm missing here one of the bolts went out, doesn't matter. And yes, one more important is this. I don't know if you can see it here, but it doesn't matter, I'll tell you anyway. So okay, I'm using the touch. When you take it off, you can purchase for 10 euros. I don't know why they charge you so much. It's just so expensive. They charge you for disabling the motor of the bike. You have to pay another 10 euros. It has to be another 10 euros, and it has to be connected with the Bluetooth to your phone. And if somebody steals it, you cannot activate it. Maybe once, but if you take the neon controller and you put it in your pocket, so they cannot ride the bike. It's possible to ride it, but it's like 29 kilos, and there's no. If you can probably you could put another controller. It might not work. It might work. I don't know. But even if it works, it will lock. It will lock after a while because it won't have the possibility to connect with the Bluetooth to my phone. So I paid it extra 10 euros. I don't know why they charge. I said it before. And one more con. Okay, so as you can see, this is like plastic and this is metal. So there was one here in the front. And after a week, 10 days maybe, I was fixing it all the time. It had like three connections here. 1, 2, and 3 to the front guard, and it was all the time. It just kept coming off, and I have my tools, so I closed it as strong as I could, but it kept coming off. So I took it off when I was waiting for. I was going on the train, and I was waiting for the train, and the train said I took it off. I thought maybe I'd just take it off and cut it, but. Right there on the spot, I just decided to throw it into the garbage because it wasn't going to stay. And I bought this. This is like what was this? I think in Decathlon, it's from between was maybe €2.50 or 3 euros. 3 euros, and you put it here, and you connect it with the zip ties, so you don't get your face and everything everything that you are wearing with water and mud, and that's 3 euros. Problem solved. That thing kept all the time, disconnecting. I would close the screws as hard as I could, but you cannot go, more than the torque. You cannot use the torque more than possible. You don't want to break it, so I would, close it as far as I could without breaking it. But it still kept coming off. So amazing bicycle, and well, okay, this is my fault from falling. And when I fell, Nothing happened to the bike. I hit my shoulder. Nothing happened that I felt I was going 25 kilometers per hour and I was sure that it's flat, and it wasn't. So, but nothing happened. And zero maintenance. These things that are, oh yes, one important point. This is you see the weldings is perfect work, but this is not made in Germany. This is a German bicycle. Reise Muller is a German company, but this is made in Portugal. The whole body, the whole frame of the bike was made in Portugal. So probably assembled in Germany. Maybe, who knows? Could be. So I don't know. And this piece of plastic, whoever designed this piece of plastic doesn't know anything about anything. It was for sure coming out. Nothing touched it. It just after time from the weather, I think it just fell off. But I don't care. The bicycle outside, and I'm using direct. Because if you use the charger, I have a fast charger. You could charge both batteries in 4 hours. I rarely have been. I think only maybe once I've been almost all the way down to about 10%. I think maybe once. But I can just attach my charger over here, charge them both at the same time. Sometimes I take them out and charge them one by one. There's a LED that tells you that when it's finished. It's green when it's charging. It shuts off when it's finished. But it's much easier to put it, together, both of them, to charge them both. Put the charger here, charge them both at the same time. It's faster, and you don't need to do anything. You just keep it overnight, and when it's like when it's full, it just stops. It won't use any more energy. And shout out to the guy in the shop in Hamburg. He gave me this bag. It's a gift. It's an amazing bag, waterproof, and it's really light, strong. The best bag that I've ever had. No cons. And thank you to Reise Muller for making a great bike, but please fix the rack. That's 10 kilos is crazy stupid. So you need okay, you'll say, okay, I invest another 200 euros. You should have told me. Probably I don't want to say the name of the guy who I bought it from, because he didn't know that. He had only one bicycle, and it just came like that without just take this piece of crap off and put the correct back rack on the bicycle and include it in the price. Don't be so stingy to charge another 200 euros for a rack. I think brakes are Magura. I should have changed them at 4,000. I talked to somebody in Paris. He told me that I should have replaced them, but they're still working. I'll change them when I get to 6. Well, I check them every once in a while, and they just work. This thing is a piece of art, and together with the Burley Travoy it's amazing. So I solved I'm not going to pay 200 euros for I wanted to pay, I really wanted the rack, but now this kind of this type of how is it called? Performance Line CX. So this one, as you can see, it's very, very thick. The new ones is thinner. And the new ones come with the rack, but the rack that is on the new one doesn't fit here. As you can see here they have the screws for the rack, but here it has to be much wider. I went to the shop, we measured it, we looked at it, because I would have paid the 200 euros now, which is a crazy number, but it wasn't there, so I'm just using this one. And it is possible to buy that. I can, order it, but it will cost me, shipping. And there is no need, because you can put that little bag with the specific important things that you want to get quickly to, and use the Travoy. And the thing with the Travoy, when you go on the train, all you do is this. You do this. Let me see for one moment. Yeah. You do this, and you take one of the rubber bands and you connect it to the pole in the train. Or, well, you're not going into the train with 21 liters of gas oil. But when you go, if you want, if you want to go to the supermarket, you take it off, as I did just now. You put the bag here on the top, and you have a trolley in the super. I moved 15 liters of water with this trolley. This is an amazing trolley, and as you can see, this goes in or out. I always open it. I always use it. I always make sure there's enough space, and there's a lot of places to tie this. My jerrycan is laying on the side because it's longer than it's better like this to tie it with all these zip ties, and it was much easier. And the Travoy came with two belts. They go over here, and you can just pull it on the other side. The other one just broke once I came on a bumper, which was my fault probably. I don't know. I didn't know the first time I went on the bumper on the right side. It was not even the whole thing just turned around, pivoted, and I had to, of course, to stop right away. And it was on one wheel, and it broke the belt. So make sure you ride an even ground all the time, and if it's not even, go slow or even stop. Do not go from the road to the sidewalk too fast. Do not go on the sides of a bumper. Just go in the center, and otherwise everything is okay. This is analog, but it's amazing. And as you can see here, we have where is it? Yeah, right here we have this button here is walking. Very easy to activate. Sometimes I forget how, but when you activate, you see, you activate walk assistance. I have used this in places you cannot believe. Some places are with hills are so steep that you can barely walk yourself. I'm fit, but you can barely walk yourself. You use this walk assistance, and the bicycle goes in to, the motor kicks in, and the bicycle goes on its own. All you have to do is steer it. That's it. Here you have it was on turbo. Now it's sport. Let's see the difference. In turbo it says it's 47 kilometers after 31 that I've done with 73%. That's not exactly correct. It will change. The more hills you do, the less you will have distance, more distance, because the engine is using a lot of power, and it is very powerful. What else we have? So we got sport. It changed to 54. We have tour. Now you have 63, and you have eco, which will tell 96. I've never used eco, but with tour you can do tour. You can ride with this bicycle on tour everywhere. And when you get to a steep hill, use the turbo and then go back. What else do we have? And that's not important. Hello, bonjour. And this thing is with, just changes the, so you can do auto, brightness on auto, whatever you want. Zoom out, select destination, okay. Trip data, I hope you can see something. Quick menu, light background, dark background. It's made by Bosch, and I never use it. And there's tiles over here. You can put any tiles you want in the design. You can put any tiles you want, and you can make your own. Whatever you want, manage. You can do whatever you want. You can, if you don't know how to do it, you just download something from YouTube. But it's amazing bike, amazing bicycle, and tells you the time, and it has a built-in GPS. So it's very hard to steal, because once you take the controller, once I take the controller, there is no, it will shut off. There will be no connection to my Bluetooth on the phone. So it's impossible to ride for a long time. It will be probably be able to ride it for 10 minutes. After that, it will 5 minutes. The motor will shut down. You have GPS built in deep in the frame. Hard to get out, so it's easy to find it. And all the parts of this bicycle, the frame and every other parts, have registration numbers. So in those registration all over the place, and those registration numbers, some of them are hidden, some of them you can just see. And those registration numbers are registered in your account in Reise Muller under my name, which only I can access, because of course they can too if there is a problem with the support, but only I know the password and the username. So even if you get my username, you need the password, and it's a very complicated password. So it's very hard to sell, because the people who buy this, not me, I just, I sold my motorcycle, and I used half of the money, and I got this as a test bike, so it was much cheaper. But most of the people who buy Reise Muller have a lot of money. They will not buy parts which are not 100% legal from the shop, because this is an expensive bike. These bikes, this one I will not tell you the price that I paid, but because I don't want to give the guy who sold it to me any problems. But in a shop with an official retailer for Reise Muller in somewhere in Germany, I think I said Hamburg, but there's few shops, and so this costs 12,000 euro. As far as I know, the Specialized costs 5,000 or 6,000 euros. So you have to consider which one you're going to do. Oh my God, it's 28 minutes. Okay, so I think I covered almost everything. And I want to remind you before I shut off, this is after 5,000 kilometers. This not the Travoy, no, I didn't use the Travoy every day. But the bicycle, I have a car and I'm using the bicycle. And my car uses cheap diesel. I have a diesel engine, and it's very cheap. Yes, this is almost free. So I use it every day. So it's my review is after more than 5,000 kilometers, which I cannot show you here. I don't know how to get it on the controller, on the, how do they call it, nylon. The controller is nylon. I cannot see it here. I try to look it up. I cannot, but I see it in the application, in the Reise Muller app. So, and again, I'm not saying it's impossible to steal it, but it's very hard. But I would suggest, if you have a Reise Muller, or if you buy a Reise Muller, always use locks. Don't use the locks that come with it. Buy something like this, and buy something for the front, a long one, so you can protect your front wheel because of this. So you can protect your front wheel, connect it to the frame, right crisscross here to the back, and connect this one to the frame, and to the other lock and to a pole, and make sure the pole is sturdy and in front of people. And remember that thieves today have easy access to Makita discs, mobile disc with a battery, and it cuts everything in a minute. And there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Even if it's your bike, you cannot approach the thief. I've seen this on YouTube in England. A young guy, 16, 17 years old, he had a Makita disc. He was cutting the lock, and somebody wanted to approach him, but every time the guy was approaching him, the young boy, there were two of them. The young boy just, pointed the disc, the Makita disc at him, and nobody's gonna approach him. Even if it was my bicycle, I would probably throw a stone at him, but I would not approach him while he is holding a Makita disc, because that's you can cut your hand or your neck, cut your head off. So be aware what's going on. And most of the people don't even know what this is. A lot of people have no idea what kind of bicycle this is, but some people do. So don't put it in an alley. And don't put it always where there's around people. And at night, it goes to sleep with me inside the house. So but and I lock it all the time. Doesn't matter where I am. Even if I'm outside my house, I will lock it. Even if I go to the supermarket, I will lock it. I will lock it every time I step away from it. And first thing I do when I stop, except now for the demonstration, I will take this off. It's so easy. Look, you have a button over here. You just press it, and it's out. And the engine is locked. Now you can ride it, but there is no engine. The battery is not working. The engine is not working. You can still ride it because it's made so that you can, when you have no energy, you can still ride a bicycle. Well, I don't want to ride a 29 kilo bicycle without the power. I use it on the turbo, and the turbo gives you 80%. I check because it automatically will sync via the Bluetooth to my phone, so it will. I use a lot of it to just see what I did. And it usually gives you 80%, and you are doing 20. So sometimes only 19. So I'm not an old guy, but I'm older guy, so it's easy for me. And the way I try to reciprocate that is by, when I see something like this, a little elevation, whatever elevation it's possible, I'll try to keep it as low as possible. As you can see here, it's not exactly low, but I will try to put it like this. I will try to go up the hill with the Enviolo all the way down, but not while I'm pulling another 21 liters. So you can use this for very low exercise. So you're doing like 20% of the work. I know I'm now at 33 minutes, and who knows if it's even possible to upload this to YouTube. I don't know. I've never tried such a long video. And I think that's it. And one last thing, Schwabel. I mean, whoa, these things, there's nothing you can say. It's just perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just perfect. And it goes everywhere. I've ridden this bicycle in worse terrain than this, in the forest. So if you want to buy one and have fun. Bye.